My name is Sam Opondo, Executive Secretary, Kuppet Siaya branch. I want to take this opportunity to thank very much the teachers of Siaya County for having come out in their numbers when Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers called them out on industrial action. The teachers of Siaya responded in earnest. I do, however, want to say that we were disappointed with the manner in which the strike ended. None of us had any idea whatsoever that the strike was going to come to an end. We, as the teachers of Siaya, having had a very successful demonstration in Bondo, where we mobilized over 700 teachers, we were in the process of planning an even bigger demonstration for the people and the teachers of Siaya, so that the Teacher Service Commission and the government of Kenya could listen to us. Unfortunately, come the evening, we got it from social media and even televisions and over the radio that the strike had been called off. This came as a surprise. The teachers of Siaya, I want to say, are disappointed. At the same time, I wish to state that as National Governing Council, we had given the National Executive Board leeway to negotiate with the Teacher Service Commission with a view to ending the strike. We had even told them to explore possibilities of alternative dispute resolution. And we had given them opportunity that should they, at whatever time, even in the night, strike a deal with the Teacher Service Commission, we, the members of the National Governing Council, were ready even to attend a Zoom meeting, and if satisfied with what had been attained through discussion by the Teacher Service Commission, then we would make a decision on the strike. I want to say that is the only infidelity that was there insofar as calling off the strike was concerned. Otherwise, I wish to state, as members of the National Governing Council, we are in total support of the National Executive Board led by the Chairman, Omboko Milemba, and the Secretary General, Brother Akelo Misori. We do, however, wish to state that in future, all the protocols that run union activities insofar as calling off industrial action is concerned should be followed. Our grievances were met to some reasonable extent. At least we had an unequivocal confirmation that the teachers' medical cover had been restored to the status in which it was before we went on strike. I do, however, will not hesitate to warn the medical service providers that we as teachers of Siaya, and indeed the teachers of Kenya, we are not going to accept mediocrity in service delivery, medical service delivery to the teachers of Kenya. Now that the Teacher Service Commission has committed, it has the funding and the medical cover is going to run efficiently and competently, we are not going to accept mediocrity in service delivery by the medical service providers. Of course, we did get implementation of the CBA. That was done in arrears. Though it was meager, it is not befitting to the teachers of this country, but that's what it was. We did get that. I want to also say that we got a commitment that career progression guidelines, which have been responsible for the stagnation of teachers over the years, are going to be reviewed. That's a commitment we got from the Teacher Service Commission. And review of career progression guidelines is not a one-off, like a switch that is being brought on. It involves discussion. It may take a little bit of time. But once we have that commitment from the Teacher Service Commission, that is good enough. We also got a commitment from the Teacher Service Commission that it is pursuing promotion of teachers in earnest. There are over 130,000 teachers who have stagnated, have not been promoted. We got a commitment from the Teacher Service Commission that that is being pursued in earnest. We're waiting to see that happen. And of course, I must also state that the fact that the Secretary General suspended the strike does not mean that we cannot resume the strike. Should we as teachers feel that we have been hoodwinked, should we as teachers feel that we have been taken for a ride, then the strike is going to resume. The organ that is responsible for calling to and calling off a strike is the National Governing Council. And as National Governing Council, we still have capacity to call out our teachers to go on strike. It is not responsibility of the National Executive Board. It is we, the about 70 members of the National Governing Council, that can and will for sure call out our teachers on strike should we get any impression whatsoever that the Teacher Service Commission has taken us for a ride. I want to explicitly tell the teachers of Siaya that as an office we are aware of your pain and your disappointment over the manner in which the strike ended. But I want to assure you that we are going to ensure as the National Governing Council this is not going to happen again. We are not going to leave the kind of loopholes that we left that allowed the National Executive Board to end the strike in the manner in which it ended. I understand you, the teachers of Siaya. Let us take it as it is, much as it is disappointing. We live to fight another day. Let us wait and see whether Teacher Service Commission is going to put in practice what it committed that it is going to give us. In the absence of that, I cannot guarantee that we are not going to call you out on another strike. I want to also appeal to our National Executive Board to act in unity. Don't appear to have cracks when we have serious happenings such as industrial action. Do not appear to be pulling in different directions. Pull in one direction. That is when we are stronger. Thank you.